Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Vinny, and we're finally going to talk a little bit about this whole everything money versus Jeremy financial education drama that played out. I know we're a few weeks behind the ball, but you know what? That's how it works sometimes. We just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a take. Dylan wasn't really involved in this. I watched all the videos, so I'm going to kind of fill him on the details and talk a little bit about what the hell happened.
I am fairly clueless to this stuff. If you like this kind of entertaining stock market content where it's two super guys trying to figure everything out, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll get started.
Two stupid guys trade stocks.
I will say, I do like everything money the most.
Okay. I was going to say, a general primer for those of you guys are probably watching this because you're familiar with the channels. I know we have some overlap with Everything Money for sure in terms of people that follow us. Shout out H. Poyo Phil B. I know there's a few of you guys out there. But the whole premise of Everything Money is that they're trying to be kind of a stock screening sort of thing. And they have their own software which helps you with that. Jeremy from Financial Education is definitely very much a guy that's had a lot of success with stock picking in terms of like hyper growth companies, particularly Tesla is like where he hangs his hat. He also was like a cool backstory where I don't know if you know this, but he was a convenience store clerk and then kind of saw the growth in terms of Monster Beverage, growing in the industry, and was an early, big time, and put all his money into Monster Beverage, which is a cool story. I completely respect that. That's cool seeing something in your everyday life and making a lot of money on it from a financial standpoint. But we're going to watch this little video here where Paul from Everything Money, who's like the kind of value investor guy, calls out Jeremy here. Jump to the video.
Jeremy from Financial Education is a fraudster. He's a scammer. He's an idiot. He's a moron.
Oh my gosh.
Add him to my list of 5 people, now make it 6, of all these YouTube effing idiots who suck at investing. If you like his stuff still today, please turn off my video. I don't even want to be associated with you in any way, shape, or form, even if it means you
coming out hot,
pay me
dude.
to have you watch my video.
I haven't seen
how
this
much
before.
I hate Jeremy and all the scamsters and you. Let me give an example. We posted a video a year and a half ago about Tattooed Chef. And he went on blast with us and said, these guys don't get it. I do my thorough research before I look at any numbers.
Doubtful.
It is currently at 6. That effing moron had the audacity to sit there and believe you have to know a company inside and out before you ever look at their financials. How's it looking for you now there, Jeremy? How about Voyager? Voyager Digital is down 99% since he said to buy it. 99 effing
Voyager is
percent.
shit.
For those of you idiots out there who don't know what that
That's
means,
what really sparked
how
this whole
long
thing
does
was
it
the Voyager
take to
Digital
recover from a
bankruptcy.
99% loss?
Today, I share with you my next 5x stock that I literally
Do you recognize the
just
content now?
started buying.
Yes.
And this stock could actually end up being way more than a 5x.
Okay.
I just feel like a 5x
I
is
guess
what
anytime
I'm
I feel
looking
unprofessional,
for
we can just
in
look
this
at Jeremy
stock. Let me
Financial
show you how many
Education's
shares I
content.
own so far.
Yeah.
Okay, as of right now, I
Ooh.
own 5,000 shares.
I know, right?
of this stock. So that's
It's that hurts. For those of you who are not aware, Voyager Digital
$17
filed for not the bankruptcy going out of business bankruptcy, the restructuring bankruptcy. I think it's Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Chapter 11.
But yeah, there's been some very interesting developments as far as that goes, where there's some debate in terms of whether or not there should be liquidating as a brokerage rather than like a company, which is what they filed as. Because when you liquidate as a brokerage, the accounts or kind of investor accounts get protected in a different way, whereas they basically filed as if all the people that had invested through them were doing unsecured loans to them, which is very different bankruptcy outcome for people that had their funds deposited with Voyager Digital. But all right, you're going to pause this video. So they did this, and don't get me wrong, Paul came in very hot here, and
hot.
I appreciate the sentiment for sure. I am never someone that's going to be that like declaratory on other people. I will tell you that
I will. Nancy Pelosi.
Okay.
We have a video on it. That's the only one, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you know what though? If she wanted to run some money for us, that'd be a different story. Okay.
True.
She's a hell of an investor. Okay. That was one of the comments. Did you see that? Someone asked for the PLSI ticker. If it could be a Pelosi ETF. She's better than Kathy Woods, by far.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, but the whole point here. So now Jeremy and Paul kind of get into a video war back and forth, and Paul, proposes a bet. What he wants to do is each one of them create a portfolio with Schwab or E-Trade or some intermediary, put $1 million in it, and then track the investments for the next 10 years. And there'd be payouts along the way of donations to charity that the other person got to pick. All right. All the way up to at year 10, whoever had the highest kind of return would be making a $700,000 donation to the other person, the charity of choice. Not their personal foundation, but a charity that they choose. So it would be $1 million bet in terms of the portfolio, and then $1 million paid out over time separately. So this is like you got to have like $2 million basically on the line in order to pull this off.
Okay.
What do you think Jeremy's response was?
Oh, he's a proud guy. I'm going to say he said yes.
No, he offered to paper trade $1 million portfolio instead of actual trade and pay $30,000 per year to the charity of the other person's choice.
You can't get everyone to go into a stock and then have it go bankrupt and then turn down a challenge like that. What a
Well, he did. He was unwilling to go to that degree. There's a lot of actually kind of since this whole drama unfolded just yesterday. Jeremy had this Hungry Bull app, which was like a stock news and also a stock conference call app that he just finally shut down. He said he was losing $15,000 a week on the app, and he finally had to call it quits. And Paul calls him out as much before even this happened, saying he acts like he's like this successful investor. In reality, all his money is coming from these courses he's selling and that sort of stuff. His private Discord membership, that sort of thing, which. I think there's probably some credence to that for sure. I'm not aware of a video where he's ever laid out where his income is derived from, whether it's truly from the stocks or if it's from, these kind of offerings that he has associated with the YouTube channel, which is probably a much more significant portion of his income.
That's the dangerous part with the entire financial aspect of YouTube is there are people. So like Paul makes money from stocks and then records videos, and then you have people like Jeremy. There's like 3 more. Isn't Meet Kevin one of them, right?
Yeah.
They make money from YouTube and then use that to buy stocks. It's a little bit backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Different people are beholden, right? Jeremy's life is this YouTube channel. That's the same thing where you and I kind of have this a little bit of everything money. Although we're not multimillionaires here, we have significant day jobs where we're making 6-figure incomes, and we're not beholden to this channel in order to drive our future economic growth. We want to see it succeed, but we're not derived entirely from it. Like someone like Jeremy is entirely dependent on his YouTube channel's growth and success, right?
Right.
That's the foundation of his wealth and income. Eventually they actually get on a video conference call. They said they spend, I think, 90 minutes on a video conference call, and then they kind of bury the hatch a little bit. Paul basically does an apology video where he's like, I apologize for ever insinuating that he took money to promote individual stocks, which, obviously would be a crime without disclosing that. So that I'm glad that they kind of arrived at a peaceful conclusion as far as that, because that's a serious accusation to make. I have no idea whether or not anyone ever did that. I would be surprised if there have been offers for such things, but whether or not someone accepts that is an entirely different story. The major kind of interesting thing that I think Paul develops from this is that Jeremy is still oriented in terms of doing these discounted cash flow growth projections for his companies. It's just that Jeremy is far more willing to be aggressive in those and pay for aggressive future projected growth, which is where they disagree, right?
Right. They can disagree in philosophy. I don't like how he's okay, here's a good example. I was on Fubo. I would just do 1 video a quarter on their earnings. I'm not telling anyone to go on it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I said, don't, this is incredibly risky, right? And then it tanks. I don't feel bad at all because at no point was I saying everyone get in this, put all your money in it. No, maybe 3% or something like that, a risky amount. I didn't do 3%, but it's not cool if you do video after video after video. I mean, he did 50 videos on Voyager or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's such a scumbag thing to do.
It's a narrow margin when you start selling access to your stock transactions. The whole premise with our channel that's a little bit different is that I have we're literally selling ourselves as non-professionals because that's what we are. We're two stupid guys trading stocks. This is just documenting our own individual growth and success in this channel. Success or disaster, whatever the hell, it happens, wherever the chips may lie. That's the whole idea. And that, unfortunately, I think people get a little bit cocky and arrogant with their early success. I don't know if you've ever saw this. There was an interview of George Soros, whatever you think about him, but someone was talking about how it's like, it's like you've been so successful for so long, and he's like, but I think I'm out of ideas. That's the true humbleness I think you should expect from someone that has truly had long-term success, is that they always have that self-doubt that they're not going to be able to continue it into the future. And I think people kind of forget that the success breeds this arrogance, and that's where they start to lose their home or their humbleness, right?
Right. I also
need to maintain that.
I don't like the courses. This is a weird segue. We're starting a course. 10 grand a month. It's more of an OnlyFans. But yeah, won't offer a lot. So yeah, I guess
I would put my feet in some mashed potatoes for 10 grand a month. Just putting that out there.
I would also do that for 10 grand a month. I would film it for 10 grand a month. All right, guys.
There we go. Catch you the next one.
Later.